welcome to another Kemetic Byte. I'm your host, Sharon. I have a wonderful question that hopefully I can get to very shortly, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that's been in the news, which, it's funny, over the last 2 years there have been so many terrible things to happen in the news. The Pulse nightclub shooting, the Charlottesville riots, you name it. And I've wanted to say something about them, but right about the time that I think I've gotten something worth saying here, and I've got a spot to record, something else happens. And it's like, another one? Really? But I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the woman that went and opened a fire on the YouTube office before killing herself. And it's come up in the news what her motive was, and those are some things that I want to talk about for a minute. First of all, she made the wrong choice. If you learn nothing else from the videos that I put out, I would hope that you learn that violence and self-destruction are not the Kemetic way, regardless of what form of Kemetic faith you're following. I'm sure that's something we all can agree on, that violence and trying to kill others and kill yourself is not part of our creed, it's not part of our path. And we can't condone something like that. Also, we really need to get back to rational conversation and dialogue in our global society. That has broken down so much because of so many different things. But we need to be able to talk about things, including, in this case, what's going on in the YouTube community with the problems that creators have been facing, and ad content and revenue and all the things that have gone on with this. Because face it, a lot of us have had problems with getting demonetized. I got demonetized on both of my channels earlier this year because I didn't meet their new quotas. In the case of the woman who killed herself on the YouTube campus, she had gotten demonetized because of some of the algorithms that flag things as, not, putting it behind an age barrier or whatever, inappropriate content. Other people have run into problems with that with, video game videos and things like that. Constructive criticism means you point out what is working. If you offer criticism, offer alternatives. Don't just tear something down. So, let's have some conversation about this. For my part, hey, YouTube, why not, for one thing, increase the number of options that we can put our videos under? Education is a really broad category, for example. And, entertainment, style, those categories are so broad. Why don't we make some more specific ones, and then try to match advertisers with people in those specific categories that would be a better fit? Because I'm sure you viewers who've seen my ads when they were monetized got a lot of stuff that really wasn't relevant. Me, I'm sick of seeing ads for medicine and programmer web builder sites that I have no interest in, couldn't afford anyway probably, and the spokespeople are really unappealing. So why don't we do something that would give advertisers and creators better bang for their buck? Because there might be some folks out there that would have things to advertise that would be a better fit for pagan videos, for example. Or how about having ways for those of us who are small-time producers or something be able to buy ad space for, folks that are similar to us. Let's try to make it more constructive, and YouTube would have ways to do this. If you've got some ideas, share them with people that that are computer savvy, or get on, I know YouTube has a community of some kind. I don't go on there very often, but maybe I should. Maybe we all should, and start putting some more constructive input on problems like this. Because it hurts when you're trying to make a living doing things like this, and that sort of thing happens. A lot of us struggle with trying to support our video production in some way or another. And especially for me, I've been trying to get into animation and production, for 25 years. So when my things got demonetized, yeah, it stung a lot. And I really wish that the woman who had these problems and decided to, voice her criticism with bullets would have instead talked to some people, friends, viewers, fellow YouTube creators, somebody. Because if she would have talked about her problems and, better still, gotten some professional help, I'm sure she would have found that she was not alone. She was not singled out. These are problems that all of us are struggling with in some form or another. And constructive dialogue and trying to build solutions is a much better way to do it. It takes longer, but building things always takes longer than destroying. That's the nature of the world. On that note, one final thought, because ultimately what she did was she committed suicide. And for anyone else out there who has thought of committing suicide in some form or another, I want you to consider this. When you're in the Hall of Two Truths and Anubis is putting your heart on the scales, do you want him to tell you, if you would have waited 2 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, you would have met the right person, found a different opportunity, learned about something that could have changed everything, but now you have to watch it go unused because you're dead? Would you feel comfortable spending your time in Duat that way? Do you want to risk having Anubis tell you that? Think about that, if nothing else. Because consider all of the things that he's having to tell Nassim Aghdam right now. That's my piece on the matter. Let's try to do some things that are more constructive and address problems that more than just one person at a time are facing. I'll be seeing you for another Kemetic Byte shortly. In the meantime, this is Sharon wishing you Sanibti. Do you have a question about Egyptian paganism? Share it in the comments section, and it could be the topic of the next Kemetic Byte. Don't forget to subscribe, and check the video description for more ways to support the Kemetic Independent channel.